All right, deep divers, you ready to blast off?
Blast off. Where are we going?
Today's deep dive is taking us to Athens, Georgia, 1995, home of the University of Georgia REM. Think grunge music and alternative rock.
Oh, okay. I'm getting the vibes.
Now, Athens is known for its music scene, but also its outrageous radio personalities.
Yeah.
Today's deep dive focuses on a prank from an afternoon duo on Bulldog 103.
What's Bulldog 103?
It was the station for UGA students in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
The duo was Ace Adams and Footlong Frank, and this particular prank landed them in Athens folklore.
Folklore? I'm intrigued. What did they do?
They convinced an entire town a space shuttle was landing at their small municipal airport.
Wait a second. The space shuttle can't land just anywhere. They need like a giant runway and special equipment.
Exactly.
So how did they pull this off?
Yeah. Ace and Frank, they were masters of their craft. Picture this. You're driving down Millage Avenue. You got REM blasting on the radio when suddenly
Yeah.
Ace cuts in with a breaking news alert. He announces in a very serious tone of voice that NASA has to make an emergency landing.
Oh no, what happened?
He claimed there were unpredictable weather anomalies at the usual landing site.
Unpredictable weather anomalies. Is that a real thing?
Well, probably,
Right.
but Frank, he chimes in, right, and says something like, well, NASA needs a backup contingency plan, and Athens Ben Epps Airport has been chosen as the alternate landing site.
Okay, I can see how people would start freaking out.
And they took it up a notch.
Really?
They even got someone pretending to be from NASA to talk on the air.
No way.
This guy, using obviously a disguised voice, rattled off all this technical jargon about orbital trajectories, emergency landing protocols. He really sounded the part.
Wow, they really thought this through. But still, a space shuttle landing in Athens, Georgia, that's a tough one to swallow.
Right. Like you said earlier, those shuttles, they need a long runway and special equipment.
Exactly.
Ben Epps is just a small municipal airport for, small planes.
So how did people believe it?
Well, it was 1995.
True, the internet wasn't what it is today.
People couldn't just fact check on their phones,
Good point.
But also Ace and Frank, they were clever.
How so?
They'd mix in little bits of humor to kind of keep it light and fun.
Okay, so people wouldn't focus on the absurdity of it all.
Yeah, like at one point, Frank's pretending to be out at the airport, waiting for the shuttle.
Okay.
And he quips, well, I sure hope they fixed those potholes on the runway since last week.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Right.
It's genius because it plays into that local knowledge,
Yeah,
Everyone in Athens knew about those potholes.
exactly. It made it feel real for the listeners.
I bet it did. So did people actually fall for it?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Wow, so what happened?
Traffic jams started forming around fella. Ben Epps. People were lining the streets trying to get a glimpse of this supposed space shuttle.
Oh, wow.
Local businesses even started advertising shuttle landing specials. It was a frenzy.
I mean, that's kind of amazing though, right? Like they brought the whole town together.
It's true. There was a real sense of excitement and anticipation.
It shows you how powerful the media can be, like how easily we can be swept up in a story, even if it seems unbelievable.
It's like that human need to be part of something big and exciting.
Exactly. And in a world before instant updates, this would have been the event of the year. So what happened when the shuttle didn't show up?
Wace and Frank, they milked it for all it was worth.
I bet they did.
They kept describing the shuttle's descent. They even played sound effects of those roaring jet engines.
Oh, wow. They were really going all out.
They said it was going to land at 4:30 p.m.
Oh my gosh, the suspense.
And then when the clock hit 4:30,
What happened?
dead air. Silence.
Oh no.
And then Ace and Frank, they just burst out laughing, admitting it was all a hoax.
Oh, wow. I can only imagine the reactions. Some people must have been furious, feeling like they'd been tricked.
Oh, yeah, it was a mixed bag. Some people were angry, some thought it was hilarious.
I bet there were some people relieved too, especially if they'd done anything crazy to try and see the shuttle.
You're probably right.
It's interesting, though, because it raises some questions about the responsibility of the media. Ace and Frank, they played on people's trust, and it's kind of a slippery slope.
It definitely sparked a debate about ethics in media. Was it just harmless fun, or did they cross a line?
And for some, this prank became the defining moment for Ace and Frank, It cemented their legacy in Athens.
It's true. You either loved them or hated them, but everyone had an opinion.
It's like the story of the boy who cried wolf, Ray.
Oh, so...
If they'd done a prank like this again, would anyone believe them?
That's a great question.
It makes you think about the nature of truth and how we decide what to believe.
It really does. So for our deep divers out there listening, what do you think? Was this prank harmless fun, or did it go too far?
Yeah. Let us know your thoughts.
We'd love to hear from you. And that's it for our deep dive into Ace and Frank's infamous space shuttle prank.
Until next time, keep questioning and keep digging deeper, because sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction.
And sometimes it's just a really good prank.
But how can you ever be sure?
Exactly.
That's the real question, isn't it?
All right, deep divers, we'll see you on the next deep dive. Stay curious.
Stay skeptical.